You know me. You know that I don't like to get petty. I don't get petty at all. I'm pretty high-minded. You know, people come on my page on the Haiti Sentinel on to defend Haiti. You know, they talk their mess, they criticize, and you know, I just brush it off. I don't really care. I'm focused on what I'm trying to do. But I'm gonna be a little petty today and bring up this matter that just came down on the Twitter feed. Now, this brother right here, this dear brother right here, his name is Davidson Toussaint. Now, I don't know him, but he's been on, you know, back in the days, came on the Defend Haiti page a lot. Used to criticize. We used to go back and forth. I mean, really used to hate on my work. You know, on the work I was doing in my lane. You know, and I never really get into his lane. He was in the, you know, as you can see, he's doing something to do with tourism in Haiti and stuff. I don't ever really get into that lane. And back then I was just like, you know, I would only say the regular stuff, which is that the politics is going to affect tourism. The politics affects everything. You can't just, you know, ignore it. But I wouldn't have to, I mean, I don't have to criticize what you do for me to do what I do. But that's what he was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? I want to criticize what Defend Haiti was doing, what Haiti Sentinel was writing, which was the truth about what's going on in Haiti. You know? And we were going hard on Petro-Karibe back then. Today it's now big news. Today we wait till it's to the point where we can't even get gas into the country. You know, there's been deaths already today with the lockdown that's going on. You know, and but either way, so the brother, on a day like this, and if you know what's going on in Haiti right now, nothing's moving, everything's paralyzed. But on a day like this brother gonna post Haiti needs your tourist money, and because there's an article, the Bahamas needs your tourist dollars. Here's where you can still visit. Like, you got to check my earlier videos, especially the one about, you know, why the Bahamas won't give the real numbers about the people that are dying, about the people that are suffering, and also the other video about the biggest lie ever told in the history of Haiti. Because both of those talk about this subject right here. The reason why Bahamas can't tell you who roll it is because their entire economy depends on tourism. And even though their economy depends on tourism, you don't see anybody really building wealth, any real Bahamians building wealth. And that's because it's built on foreign direct investment, which is literally a joke. And it's the biggest lie ever told to black poor countries. Foreign direct investment does not make an economy. Tourism does not make an economy at all. And I'm more what would be the word? My convictions in that belief is more now than it was ever, than it's been ever. You know, I used to be like, yeah, you know, tourism shouldn't be our focus. That's what I used to say. I used to say we ought to focus on economy work is by making the money move within the country. It's not about whether money's coming in from outside or money's leaving. That's the lie that they want to tell you. They don't want to tell you that it's possible to make an economy happen within your own and within your own country. Create that kind of economic ecosystem. They don't want to tell you that. They want you to think that foreign direct investment is the only way. Tourism is the only way. Getting some I almost cursed. Almost. Getting some people from another country to come in and spend their money there. That's the only way. It's not. Yeah. So I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna definitely shine a light on this. So he poses Haiti needs your tourist money, on a day like this. And this sister Roxanne, and I haven't been using this Haiti Sentinel Twitter page in like 3-4 years. I just started reusing it like last week. Thank God. I'm still following the sister, but man, she came back. She said something in French, and you guys know my position on French, but I didn't really get what she was saying in French. But the brother responds, I let politics be politics, and with me, anyone can have an open opinion, which I can also. He's never made sense when he writes, when he responds. Like, I've never found argue with me. I never really could quite understand what the brother was trying to say. But it pretty much seems like it's the same stuff, like, oh, politics don't have nothing to do with what I'm doing or whatnot. But it does. Because people not gonna come if things are bad. People aren't going to come if things are bad. That's the reason why Bahamas needs your tourist dollars, and why they can't tell you how many people actually died, because it's hurting their tourism. If they say 1,000 people died in the hurricane, there's a lot of people that's not going to come there for a while until they forget about that thought. It's just not a happy, quote unquote, happy place for them anymore. So they got to tell 100 are missing. They trying to, I guess they're trying to, somebody told them, y'all got to be a little bit more realistic. The very next day they had to drop it down to 1,200. No, only 1,200 are missing, and they might drop it significantly again, because it's bad for it's like 75% of their economy is tourism. So, and that tourism is completely based on foreigners, foreign direct investment, people that come and they buy up land and they have hotels. They have their timeshares there. If you watch the videos of the reports out of the Bahamas, you'll see a lot of people that don't look black. That's as much people that don't look black as do look black. When you see the black people, you see their situation is really bad. When you see the other folks, they're like, oh, yeah, it destroyed my house, but, I flew out to Florida while the storm was going on, and, I came back and my boat was gone. And, that's the type of that's what you hear. But the actual people there, they died. They disappeared. Their homes are destroyed. They're hoping to be able to get into the U.S. and now have to live this life here, give up their land over there. That land's going to go back in the hand of more foreigners with their direct investments. And they might take the entire island away from the Bahamians. They might take the entire island away. So yeah. So it's not let politics be politics, man. Like, and I don't believe there's a single approach when it comes to change Haiti. Ain't nobody talking about a single approach, but because eventually, if that's your industry, that's what you like being hospitable to people, that's fine. But you can't get there without the fundamentals of a working country. You can't just ignore that. You can invest all your money into a hotel, into a tourist resort, and bad politics will take that investment away from you. People don't understand this. Under the Duvalier regime, because people think things were so great under Duvalier regime, if you were Haitian, you couldn't have a successful business. You would have to be like one of the blunt Haitians, like from another country. You know, maybe from like, you know, Morocco or something. I don't know. You'd have to be one of them, or you would have to just be like, you know, straight up foreigner to have a successful, be accepted to have a successful. But if you were Haitian, black like us, no, because what would happen is you'd be a threat to Duvalier. You'd be a successful business. You'd be somebody with money. You'd be a threat to the regime, and eventually one of the Makuts will say, hey, I want that business. I want to take that business away. They might lie and say, oh, y'all was talking bad about Duvalier. Now we got to take y'all, put you somewhere and either put you in exile or kill your entire family. People keep thinking things was nice under Duvalier. It wasn't. You couldn't have no business. So, my dear brother, when you talk about, you let politics be politics and you gonna think you're gonna do your own lane, no, sir. And any smart person knows that. You think those people that do tourism in these countries, whether it be Bahamas or in Jamaica or in Haiti, aren't sitting there paying attention to the politics and very much involved in the backdoor dealings? The brother's not that smart, okay? I don't think he is. I've always felt this. I've always felt he's just a little, you know, just a little behind. But nonetheless, it's clear. Continuing on, Roxanne, the sister, says, a conversation also means asking questions, not questioning your judgment / approach, which is tourism in Haiti. So my question still stands. Which Haiti needs tourism money, yours or mine? It's clear we're talking about two different Haiti. I was not aware there were two different Haiti, and I was not aware either there was one for me and one for you. However, if I take it in the sense from my original statement, I meant to the Haiti that belongs to all of us. And all right, you kind of lost me there. We let the Haiti to all of us disappear, right? Yeah. So we must participate. Yeah, she says, we let the Haiti that belongs to all of us disappear right in front of our own eyes. So we must participate in the reconstruction of this Haiti that belongs to all of us before thinking about being in need of tourism. Let's start with the basics, please. Then the tourism branding. I believe if we are serious about building this country, the first thing is to understand what we have as available resources. What? Let's start with the basics. What are the basics? What make you think tourism is not part of the basics and immediate available resources we can use? It's not. I've explained it why it's not. It's very simple. It's a simple-minded. Trying to build an economy off tourism is a simple-minded approach. It's highly simple-minded. It's almost Restavek-like, you know. It's almost Restavek-like. It's almost like, you know, you're begging people to come. You're willing to do anything to attract them. You know, and I don't want to knock that. I've worked in hospitality before, and I did it out of joy. So I don't want to knock people that like to bring in people, entertain people. You know, I got the missus here. She likes to have dinner parties and stuff like that and entertain guests. I get that. But that does not build an economy. This is entertainment. This is probably mostly joy. But it's not something that we can build an economy off of. And it's definitely not something that can empower the Haitian people, because that's not what the tourism is about. When you, because first of all, think of what, just oh my God, can't believe I gotta go into this. What real money happens when it comes to tourism? The hotel owner will make some money. Maybe the restaurant owner makes some money, but they need cheap labor to clean the rooms. They need cheap labor to keep the grounds clean. They need cheap cooks cheap waiters. You know, it's not creating opportunities for everybody. That's not what it does. She says, wow, it's not a question of what makes me think. It's a question of common documented knowledge that basic infrastructure and services must prevail before a country can be ready to welcome tourism. Wow, what are the basics? Are you tripping on me? Energy, healthcare, energy, etc. Exactly. Neither one of those are in place in the country. Neither one of those are in place in the country, and it's like when I spoke about foreign direct investment, I used the analogy of the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is when you load up on fats in order to keep your body in a fat burning state so that it could burn the stored fat that you may have in your stomach and around your love handles and stuff. Because it takes a lot for your body to switch from burning carbs to burning fat, and then even then it has to go through another stage before it starts burning the stored fat, you know. But a lot of people can instead eat a lot of fat and still be able to burn fat. LeBron James did this diet. But the problem is there are people that are obese, that are 31% body fat, that are high in the body fat level, that try to do a ketogenic diet, and instead they harm themselves. They put themselves at risk of heart attacks, and they don't lose the weight. They get more lethargic because you still need muscle. You have to be at a point where you can actually benefit from it. You can't just benefit from ketosis from a ketogenic diet at any level of body. You got to get down to about maybe under 21% body fat before it's something that you can actually do and it can benefit you. Well, tourism is the same way. If you don't have your own infrastructure, your own situation, your own tax code, your own security under control, the only thing tourism and foreign direct investment is going to do is exploit you. It's going to exploit you. They're gonna get in there and try to keep the system low. They're not gonna. It does not benefit these types of industries. Industries that like us. U.S. has become a service economy, right? The United States has become a service economy. It used to be a manufacturing economy with factories and stuff like that. But now it becomes a service economy. So it is better for them to have a less educated and less, a less educated workforce. You don't really need an educated workforce when you have a service-based economy. You really want the people to be dumb. You really want them to be simple. You really want them to work for the lowest amount of money as possible in those circumstances. And that's what the threat of trying to set up tourism, trying to set up foreign direct investment, that's the threat that it had, that's inherent. Because that's where it's going to lead. Like, you know, even if you bring manufacturing companies in, if it's foreign, they're only coming because it's cheaper. And that's when you get the situation of sweatshops that the Duvalier brought in. That's when that whole thing started. That's how people went from farming, and you know, we had an economy that had some agriculture in it, and we were shipping some food out, to now we're everybody's in Port-au-Prince, living on top of each other, working in sweatshops. That's what it caused. That's what foreign direct investment, tourism type economies create. So it's really hard to follow what the brother's saying. Oh, you were referring to basic infrastructure, but for the sake of documented knowledge, these things don't develop themselves, and they cost money, and most importantly, resources and time. And this is something that can do in parallel with developing any sector, including tourism? No. No, it unfortunately it can. Like it can't not. I mean, it can't. Because all you're going to do is be exploited. Now, if the brother wants to protect the beaches, if he wants to protect the parks, in the meantime, that's understandable. But right now, you know, and if he wants to actually own these hotels, I think that's even better. You know, but the threat comes from when it's foreign direct investment. And yeah, I mean, in parallel, I the thing about it is, and another thing that's really bad about it is because tourism, why it can't be built in parallel, is because tourism requires that you put a happy face on things, right? But changing the status quo requires you telling the truth of how things are. You know, and that's where this guy had a problem with what I was doing, because I had to tell people how things work. I had to tell people about the mortality rate. I had to tell people about the illiteracy rate. I had to tell people about how many people are going hungry. I had to tell people about how corrupt the government is. I had to tell people about the crime. And that he felt was affecting his ability to promote the beaches and the tourism and stuff. And in some ways, those type of stories undermined what I'm trying to do. You know, I mean, really not the beaches and stuff stories, but like, you know, the government would go and try to make a big deal about a school being reconstructed, you know? And, you know, a lot of slow people, they would say, oh yeah, the government's doing work. They don't realize it's another country paying for it, you know, in order to get influence in the region, and probably even, you know, a bunch of under the table deals going on. Like, but no, they really can't work in parallel. It's a very bad situation. And I don't like to tell people that, you know, their ideas aren't working, so won't work. I don't like to tell people that, because I'm a very optimistic person. I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing if I wasn't highly optimistic that it's gonna make something change in Haiti. If I didn't think Haiti had a chance, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So anyway, she said, did you just ask me to propose an inventory of infrastructure in Haiti? Did you also write that yeah, what he wrote, it didn't really make sense. Infrastructures are developed according to development strategies of a country. And it's devil to say we don't have any. At least I will agree with you if you propose an idea of an inventory of what we have and what we need in the next 5 to 10 years, then I will support. I think that's supposed to say, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, then the issue is you don't know. The issue is then you don't know what the country needs. You have to do your research, my brother. You're going to have to do your research, because like, and these are things I feel like you should know if you're really looking to brand the country as a tourism destination. You should know these things. Now, that's why you come into my page and want to silence the truth. That's why the Bahamas doesn't want to tell you how many people are actually homeless after the storm and dead or missing, because you want to keep that under wraps. That's why you on my page hating. So you don't even want to know the truth. You don't want to see, and that's why I hear people saying this two Hades argument. There's another, and I actually just saw a Power de my Bush or something like that. Let me find that Power. She said something so smart. La loi de ma bouche. That's it. La loi de ma bouche. La loi de ma bouche. She said something so smart about two Hades. She said, "Your Haiti is." I'm trying to find it. But she wrote something so brilliant, and I actually copied it, and I actually just saw it a month ago. I actually known the existence of this for a while, but I only just wrote it recently. I wrote it just recently. Where is it? Your Haiti is not like mine, something like that. I won't be able to find it now, but I'm sure I'm going to touch back on this subject before. But it's this idea of, you have your Haiti, and there's this other Haiti, and you are trying to hide the truth. And I'm well aware some places don't have the proper basic infrastructure like roads or healthcare system. But how to address this problem by building the roads and by investing by building the roads and by investing competence who can not only build them but also maintain. I don't understand. Lacking of something does not mean it is inexistent. How do you go from Port-au-Prince to Gonaïve? Who do you travel? How do you travel from Port-au-Prince or Okap? There are different alternatives, but are they structured or managed? So no, I'm not. What? We probably understand. Yeah, the brother not understand the concept of development differently, and it is okay. But I just don't believe we should stop everything to invest in the basics, while those economic activities can make this process. No, they can't. The brother not that bright, man. I hate to say it. Yeah, I think he's trying to say, the infrastructure situation is not that problem, although it's abysmal, and he's bringing up, I guess, the fact that there's roads to go to Gonaïve and Jacmel, but I mean, have you even studied the figures of how many people die on these roadways? The numbers of people that die on these roadways and the conditions of these roadways? Terribly kept. They're not lit. There's bandits, now, stopping vehicles and robbing them and causing all kinds of havoc, and all that is because the basics are not set. Yeah, I mean, look, I want to say this, because I'm actually kind of tired of this. The sister, she held her down. I'm really, really, really happy that I chose to follow her so long ago, and that she's proving worthy of a follow. A story a week ago, there was a story about this guy from Colombia who was shot and killed on the way to the airport. He had went and got a taxi moto to get around. The gas problem, so people are getting around with the taxi motos more. It's more gas efficient. And on the way to the airport, somebody shot him, took whatever, he took his luggage and everything. Today, well, last night, You know, so I heard the actually story on the radio today, but they were like, oh, Haitian police rescued some girl that was kidnapped. She was being held by some guys. They rescued her, freed her. They found, you know, the guy that had her had money, had uniforms that looked like police uniforms, had guns and stuff that were unregistered. So they freed the girl. And at the end of the report, the police spokesman says this guy's also wanted for having killed the Colombian tourist a week earlier. And I said, oh, that's why they caught him. Because he did that. Had this guy never attacked a foreigner in Haiti, someone who's not a Haitian citizen but a citizen of another country, he probably would have still had whoever that the victim that he had. Police would have probably never stopped him. And where in this country do you get, you know, uniforms that look like police uniforms? We keep hearing about it. The gangs that have uniforms and equipment that look like police uniforms. They have guns better than the police these days. You know, it's you know, and when you see the chief of police, you know, we got a new chief of police, IE. And he has to have a sit down with the U.S. ambassador. He has to have a sit down with the French ambassador, you know, all week long. Those people are coming in. And the first thing I realized they're doing is they're just making sure that their population is going to be protected. The people that from their country, their citizens, when they're in Haiti, they're protected. The Haitians not going to be protected. And we all know this. We all know that the Haitian diaspora that comes into Haiti, you know, maybe because they have a U.S. passport, they might have some protection, but not really. We all know the Haitian individual who like there was a video just a week or 2 weeks ago of the police just allowing a guy to get beat down, stoned by people. Right, they're right there. They got their big trucks. There's several police officers. They don't even care. The guy's Haitian. Let it have been a blunt. They would have pulled out guns and probably shot all the citizens that was there. This is what this leaning towards tourism, this lean towards foreign direct investment, this is the result of that. That is the danger of it. That's what is wrong with it. And like I said, my convictions is so strong now that it's actually like ketosis when you're overweight. It's dangerous and it will hurt the country. I want the brother to have success with what he wants to do, and I think it will be a beautiful thing, and he has a lot of passion for it. You know, I think he does have a lot of passion for it, and it's got to be hard work. But he needs to realize, one, he is undermining the fight for what's right by continuing to go his route. And number two, that the fight for what's right is important. And his work depends on it. So that's about it, man. Oh, really didn't want to be petty, but I don't even care because this cat, you know, he did a lot of hating on my page. And why not? I said, why not? So love you all. Thank you for listening. Peace.